Why, hello. We have a running bit.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Addison Public Library's Twitch stream. Thank you for hosting that.
No problem.
So we are going to be let's start that over. Hi, my name is Courtney. I'm one of the teen librarians at the Addison Public Library.
And I'm Matt. I'm the business librarian here. And right now, Courtney and I are on camera.
That's
but
true.
We are going to be joined by some other staff a little bit later in the stream
That
to talk
is also
about their areas of expertise.
Yes.
In this amazing booklet that we make every 2 months.
It is so full of many informations.
Yes.
Of amazing things that we have at the library.
Yes.
100%. And we do ours every 2 months because, frankly, there's so much that happens here that if we did it more months, it'd be kind of ridiculous.
It would be.
So it would be bound.
Yeah, it would be. It would be a very thick newsletter.
Very thick newsletter.
Yeah.
And things like change so often enough that like even this can't keep up because we will talk to you about some things that are happening that aren't in this because we decided on them last week. So, sometimes opportunities pop up and you run with it, like why waste your time? So we are going to be going through our newsletter. We're not doing every single bit. We don't want to spoil it. Have some fun and look through the thing. You can get the actual physical booklets if you aren't living in Addison and if that has not actually come to you personally as like a little gift through the mail ferry. Did you like that?
Yeah.
So if you did not get one mailed to you, you can physically pick them up at the library. We have tons of them. But also you can find these on our website as well. So all these things are available to you. And so we're just going to highlight some of like our favorite or like big ticket items kind of across all departments. Later on, we'll have another staff member come in. They'll talk about children's programs. And then there will be a time where both of us are off of the screen, which is very fun for me. Yeah. Because we've not done that yet. Then we will get our Spanish section, and then back it again.
Yeah.
Everything
to
else.
just close it all out. But so I think we need to start with one of the coolest things that we have going on. Yes. And it is in April. And for those of you who are library fans, thank you. First off, thank you. But also, too, National Library Week is in April.
That's right.
And we have some great things coming up. So National Library Week falls on April 6th through April 12th. And during that time, did you know that you can pick up a sticker pack at the library?
I learned that this morning when I read.
When you read that.
Yes. And if you know me, I'm a little sticker obsessed.
Yeah.
My name tag may or may not be evidence of that. So I'm like really excited.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a bunch of like random sticker packs that you can come in.
Designs.
Yeah, you can see some of the designs on there. So some is our logo. Some say read local. We have our book bike. Yeah. All fun things. And you can come and pick those up at our service desks starting on April 6th. And also during that time, we will have a bookmark design contest.
Yes. Also, slight pause.
Yeah.
I have seen some of these stickers personally. Some of them are very sparkly.
Yes.
They're very shiny.
They're very
and sparkly.
glittery.
Hello,
Mayuri. Thanks for joining.
Welcome. Thanks for saying hi. I know you like to lurk, so you can go back to lurking if you like. But make sure that you stop by and get your sticker pack. In April. So the bookmark design.
So here's how it's going to work. So starting on March 10th, which is a Monday, you can pick up a template or download it from our website, which the link is provided. I'm not going to read the link out. That'd
be ridiculous.
And then all ages are able to participate in this. We want to hear from our young patrons to our more mature patrons.
Why'd you gesture at me?
I didn't. It was the timeline of age, and you were just on the mature side. Sorry. And so how it'll work is you can submit, you can design however you'd like. Just avoid like copyright characters and things like that because we can't print those. And the goal of these is we're going to have a vote on designs, and then the best designs we will actually print, and then you can pick up.
Is it like the Illinois state flag voting?
It is a little bit like the Illinois state flag voting.
Which, if you didn't know, you can vote for the new Illinois state flag. We have thoughts. But we're going to have like our own, but as bookmarks.
Yeah, but as bookmarks.
Which
because,
would be thrilling.
Yeah. So then once the voting is done, we'll get those printed, and then we'll have them for you to pick up and enjoy. So
that's so fun. And
the only way to make sure that your design wins is to, 1, vote for it, but 2, you got to submit a design. So
you got to share.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, like that's the whole thing.
Yes.
You have to share the word,
Mm-hmm.
spread the word about it, so that you can like advocate for your design.
Yeah.
So you can start this March 10th.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Monday, and then you have all the way until Sunday, April 13th, to submit it. And then that's so much fun. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I'm excited to see what the designs are that come out of it. And then also during this time, I will say, for March and April, because of National Library Week and this design contest, follow us on our social media channels. So thank you for following us on Twitch if you're watching today, but follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We have a Blue Sky, we have a Threads, all of those. So feel free to follow us on that, because some of the voting and some special giveaways may take place on social media.
We may or may not have to do a National Library Week Twitch stream.
We might have
that
to.
May or may not have to go through all of our amazing submissions
Yeah.
of the bookmark designs. We'll see. See, this is how the Twitch streams happen.
Yeah.
We just go like, this would be fun.
This would be great. We're doing it.
Let's do it. All right. That sounds awesome. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
What else do we have going on right away? So if you've not been in the building, we have a renovation going on. It's wild, man. We're so excited, though. There's going to be such amazing things happening in our library. But like everything is changing, and it's like all going to be changing for amazing things, like nice, refreshing, and great new like facilities and like areas for all patrons of all ages. Right now, we have, if you come into the library, you'll see that there are big construction walls that are everywhere, like big white walls on the first floor and the second floor. That's where we are building our brand new staircase. And you're like, Courtney, you already have a staircase. Yes, I am aware. We are getting new one.
Moved.
Yeah, it is getting moved. So the new one is being built, and when that one is done, they will eventually be deconstructing the old one. But the new one's going to be nice and pretty, and you can kind of catch a glimpse of what they're doing from outside because of all the windows. You can see what they've been building. Also, we've been having a lot of updates on our socials.
We have been.
Seen that. I don't know if you've seen that, but if you like watching like time lapse of like a giant crane like putting in steel beams in places, check out our socials.
Or seeing how we had shelves moved temporarily. So we had a little time lapse of how that was done. Which actually, I don't know if you noticed today, those shelves are now back. I realized. So another staff member had to come and said, "Did you all notice that the shelves got moved back?" And I was like, "I walked through that area about 3 times already this morning and did not realize it." So
we are currently in such a state of flux that everything different is normal. Like, so it's things every time you come to the library, it might be a little bit different, so just be patient on that stuff. There's also a lot of construction sounds. We try and keep most of the construction sounds earlier in the day, like before we even open, but sometimes it bleeds through. They're doing most of the construction right now on the 3rd floor, which is like offices and whatnot, and we're doing that so that the staff who work up there can move back there, and then we can start shifting things, and there's a lot of strategy. A lot
of just moving parts, and a lot of pre-thought that went into this, and then a lot of also just like pivoting as we're going to.
So much planning for this. Massive shout out to everyone who has been involved in that, because it is a lot of people, some much more than others. And really, everyone is doing such a great job. And we're just doing the best we can with the best we got. And we've got a lot of really good things.
Yeah.
So if you want to keep up to date on the most recent things, we have a little blurb in here in the newsletter about the building update. You can also find more information on our website. Can you find and drop that link?
Yes, I can drop that link.
So we have on our website, we've got a page where you can keep up to date on some things. I would also, again, urge you to look into our socials, because we post up videos and updates there too, as well as pictures, whenever we can, because honestly, we're excited about it. And I'm sure that you're very curious as to what is going on in your library too. So it's going to be a grand time.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit of a weird time for a bit, but it's going to be fun too.
Yeah, but like weird in like a good sense. It's
it
like,
really
because
is.
you know, like exciting change is happening. So it's like if you're a kid on Christmas Eve, like you just have that anticipation just much longer.
Right.
So, yeah.
And around the building, we have these big like poster boards printed up and posted everywhere to show you like what the new spaces are going to look like.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like look at those and like explore the building and kind of see like what's going to be where. They're generally like where that new space is going to be. The teen space is going to be moving, but we have the poster for the teen space in the current teen space. Because that's where the kids are. So, like, just to kind of help out with those things. And feel free to ask staff about all of it.
Yeah.
We know a lot. There's some things that we don't know because things are constantly in flux, but then there's a lot that we can share about like what is going to be coming. So like a brand new creative studio, and like the children's area is getting like this massive, cool, like interactive play structure, and
they're getting a baby garden too.
Oh my goodness, I want to live there.
Yeah.
Like the teen space, I can't tell you how excited I am for it.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It's gonna be so comfortable and like so flexible too. I'm like,
yeah.
it's gonna be so good. So we are excited, and we're gonna be having a grand time doing it.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think maybe next what we should talk about, because we've talked about a lot of what we're doing inside the four walls of our building right now, but we do a lot outside in the community as well. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I was like, I know what I'm going to be talking about, but yeah, we're good. And
we had our newsletters that were like props, and then
we have our marked up one to make sure we talk about everything that we wanted to talk about.
We did the notes.
Yeah. But like I said, outside, we like to get out into the community and do as much as we can. And the weather's getting a little bit nicer. I mean, right now we're a Chicago weather people. We know we're in our first fake spring.
Did you have windows open yesterday?
I did drive home with my windows open yesterday. Yeah, it was great.
My cats were just like, I got so many pictures this morning of my cat just like
breathing, in the windows,
breathing air.
But yeah, so some things that we're also trying a little bit new because of our construction is we're going to be doing something called roaming resources, library on the go. And for those of you who kind of know what we're doing at the library, we do pop-up libraries a lot, and we're still going to be doing those, so don't get me wrong. These are just going to be in addition to those pop-up libraries. So this roaming resources is kind of going to act as like those who come in for one-on-one appointments maybe. We now will meet you at places if you so we have two dates that we're going to be at certain locations in Addison. So the first one is going to be Friday, March 21st, and we're going to be at the Golf Dome right off of Lake Street. And then on April 10th, we're going to be at Mugson Manor, which is right off of kind of like by Fullerton and things. We will be and I'm at both of them actually.
Yeah.
So I will be at a table. You can come and chat with me. We can talk about your job search, your business plan, if you need tech help, pretty much anything you can. The difference between this and a pop-up library is we won't have books with us. So at a pop-up library, we normally bring books that you can check out. We'll register you for library cards, that kind of thing. The difference between roaming resources and our pop-up libraries is that it will be more of a service-oriented type of meeting rather than the traditional library stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, and then our pop-up libraries, we're still going to be at Club Fitness and the Rec Center on our normal schedules in March and April.
Cool.
So yeah.
That's exciting.
And then lastly, I don't know if one of our future participants is going to be talking about this, but I really want to make sure that we're talking about it because we are in an election year for our local elections.
Yes, we are.
So the library is going to be hosting a candidate forum over at Village Hall. So we share a parking lot with Village Hall. I keep pointing to this brick wall. Everything's just on the other side of this brick wall.
To give you a sense of scope, there's the parking.
There's the parking lot.
We are in a room, and Village Hall is right there.
Right over there.
Yeah.
So we're going to be having our candidate forum. So those running for election in, I believe, it is we just say in all of the Addison races in the DuPage County consolidated election. This forum will be moderated by a COD professor,
nice.
And it will be open to the public, but also will be recorded for future viewing on ACTV. And that will be held on Tuesday, March 11th from 7 to 9 at Village Hall.
Yeah.
So,
the voting, I believe, the election day is April 1st.
April 1st, yes.
Which is an interesting choice of a date. I think we all agree.
Yeah.
But it is an important date because local elections are the ones who affect you very immediately. So by all means, vote. Go vote.
Yes.
Know who is like a part of your community and participating in your community. And maybe participate in your community.
Yeah.
Go
and
vote.
a little side note on that too. Some people don't know. We have deputy registrars here at the library. So if you ever need, if you want to check on your voter registration or you need to register to vote and you live in DuPage County, you can get that done at the library. So always give us a call ahead of time just so we can make sure that someone is here to make sure that they can register you to vote. But
nice.
And then they'll also tell you what you need to bring, I think it's 2 forms of ID and that kind of stuff. But you can get that all done. So to make sure you're all squared away for that April 1st election.
Good news.
Yeah.
Cool, I like it.
All right. So those are just the updates I have for now until later.
Yes.
But would you like to join us?
All right. The first trade out. Give me this. I need
Goodbye for now, everyone.
Match will return. Do not worry. Come join me. Yes,
hello.
please don't trip.
Did this happen before?
I just assume because I would trip. So hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me.
So happy to be here. First time.
Who are you?
I was gonna say first time presenter, long time listener. No.
That I know is not true.
Hi, good morning. My name is Selene, and I'm one of the librarians here at the Children's Services at the Addison Public Library. Really excited to talk about our upcoming events for March and April.
Yes. And also get used to saying Selene.
Selene. I always tell people it's say nay. Selene, That's how you kind of remember where you're going with the vowels. So
yeah. But you will see her face many a times going forward, and we'll talk about that soon. Or future-wise, when all that goes through. So you're going to tell us all about some real fun things going on in children.
Yes. So as always, we have tons and tons of things happening in children's. And I'll just start with our ever popular story time. We have story time and early learning programs. All of our regulars know this, and we have packed rooms for the Birth to 3 Jamboree, the Let's Move, and we just started. This is our second month, so now we have a permanent bilingual one called Tell Me a Cuento. I went like that. And that's with Betsy, and it's going to be great. Even if your child is an English speaker, they can come in and they'll do story time and they'll learn some words in Spanish.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, so those would be available Monday afternoon and Wednesday mornings throughout March and April. And then we also have some guests coming in. For example, we have Morton Arboretum coming in on March 12th, Wednesday, and that's going to be at 10 a.m. And it's going to be great because they're going to do story time with nature team and interactive stuff, and so that'll be fun. We also have specific programs for kids who are in kindergarten and 5th grade. So, for example, we have Robot Club.
Ooh,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah. So our librarian Brittany does she does some coding with kids, and they get to program their Koji bots, and they do little obstacles and other stuff. So that's a lot of fun.
Those are very cool.
Yeah. So if you want to sign up for that, you can. That's happening on March 20th, and that's a Thursday at 4 p.m. And we also have something new. For example, a book tasting with graphic novels. Yeah.
Tell me more.
You can't eat the books, right? But you can taste them, view them.
I love it.
Get a sample, and that's going to be with our librarian Claire. And so, if you've ever wondered, like, well, what is the selection that we have for our graphic novels, right? What are the different types? We're just going to have a whole sample for that, and that'll be fun for you to come in. And we really think that's important because sometimes kids are reluctant to read, they don't want to read, but if they see graphic novels, they're more interested. So we're going to have a thing for that on March 27th, Thursday at 6 p.m.
Awesome. Okay, so March 27th, which is a Thursday, that is one of our book buffet streams.
Ooh.
So we should do a graphic novel book stream, that one. And then, so that'll be in the morning, and then you can have that in the
Yes.
afternoon. Oh, that's exciting.
It's
I love
perfect. Yes, the stars have aligned. Yes. I mean, and there's so many other programs. I'm really just giving you a sample of things. So,
Yes.
you really should look at our
Oh, yeah.
newsletter online or.
Oh, by all
get a
means.
copy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, again, we have the links that Matt is popping into the chat of like how to see the newsletter, how to see the current events. And with the calendar, you can also filter it to like get the demographic that you're looking for. So if you're like, I just want the kid events, they're all just right there.
Exactly. We also provide programming for the whole family, and that's usually on the weekends. Most Saturdays, some Sundays, but most Saturdays. And it's packed. So in March, we're kicking off with a celebration of Ramadan, okay? And that's going to be great. Yeah, so right away. And what's special about that one is we're actually going to host it at Villa Park Public Library.
Cool.
And that is because I'm sure you've talked about renovations and how that's kind of shifting some
Yes.
things. So
That's one of the other aspects. Like Matt is going out in the community as well as other community engagement, and this is another factor in that too. It's also why we're doing more things on Twitch.
yeah, and so it's great that we're partnering with them. We need the space, so we invite you to join us and celebrate Ramadan this Saturday, March 1st. But then we also have a pregnancy to preschool fair, resource fair happening March 15th right here in our building. And we're partnering with Apple, which is Addison Partners for Play, Learning, and Education. And we're going to do developmental screenings for free. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have tons of other information. We want you to bring anyone that you know that either is pregnant or has children that are small before they go into school, and just come on and have a good time with us on March 15th at 10 a.m. And then like in April, we're doing some egg decorating. Who doesn't want to do some egg decorating?
Let's go.
I mean, I've always wanted to do that. April 8th, we're doing the pisanki. I think I pronounced that
Oh
right.
yes, those are great.
Yes, and it's this Easter tradition from Poland. So anyone's invited to come in. I'm actually thinking I might do that.
I think that we've done this like every year, and it is like sign up immediately.
And I'm just saying, eggs are not cheap.
I was just gonna say
Right?
that.
So this
Like,
is a luxury kind of thing,
let us buy the eggs for
Let
you.
us buy the eggs
this
for
year.
you.
I saw somebody like talking about like, this year we are going to be dyeing wooden eggs, which is a great idea. Or this year we're dyeing tiny potatoes, which was hilarious. So like if you want to have that egg dyeing experience, but it's like that is not a cost that I can afford right now.
This
We're
is how much we
working on it,
love
you
our
know?
patrons. We're like, we will spend money on eggs for you in this economy. And we're closing out the month of April with the Dia de los Niños, so this national celebration of the children, the Day of the Kids. Bring your kids. We're just gonna have fun activities, stories, crafts, book giveaways, bilingual books. So if you want a free book, you can come that day.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's some of the stuff that's happening on the weekends. And then, of course, we always have our registration craft. So this is where you register for a craft that's like pretty more advanced than the ones that we give out on the floor. And you have to register for those. I'm just saying, they're so popular. The St. Patrick's one is down to just one registration spot left.
Ooh.
And we just opened that. So
Ooh.
You know, if anybody out there really wants to register, you can call, you can go online. There's just one single spot left for that
Right
one.
now. I mean, I know, Mary, that you are watching. You can take that last spot.
But for those of you that might not get to that, we do have the Easter craft, so you can register for that. We have 15 spots. They're making it's a bunny craft. It's very elaborate.
Cute.
So
Nice.
yes. Yeah, so those are happening as well. And then the last thing I want to mention is April 1st, we will be launching our Spring Learning Challenge. This is where we challenge you to read with your children, challenge them to read themselves, and when you complete your logs by April 30th, we give you a little goodie bag, right? So what can I say? We love promoting learning and reading. And there's just tons of other activities and programs that you just have to look at when you look at the children's section, both in English and in Spanish.
Yeah, there's tons and tons that you all are doing, and all of that sounds so much fun, admittedly.
We always have something going on. And you can call if you want to register, or if you're feeling like you're very good at technology, you can just do it online. And you have to just be careful because some things do require registration and other things don't.
Right.
That's it.
But like at any time, you can come into the library. There's a whole like play area in the back where there's like Lego and magnet tiles and all sorts of great things. You also have like such a massive collection of like puppets and like
So many puppets.
there's so many puppets that I am confident get washed regularly.
We have a lot of puppets, but we used to, from what I've been told, we used to do a lot of programming with puppets. We don't really do that anymore.
Right.
But we do have puppets for people to check out.
Exactly.
So, we don't really wash them ourselves necessarily.
Gotcha.
But we have tons of puppets.
Tons of puppets. You also have like tons of like board games and like activity packs and things, and they're like all the way in the back by the windows and like the play area stuff.
Yeah.
So like I know that I've seen like a ton of like board games and like manipulative stuff and like puzzle, like just a bunch of things for a broad range of ages and like abilities and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, they're games, but they're all designed to help your child learn something. Never tell your child it's for learning. They'll just immediately don't want to do it. It's games, it's fun, but they're all very didactic. They're all about learning, So we've vetted all of these, that some learning is happening as you're having fun,
That's so true. I think we talked about it in a Let's Play earlier in the month where my mom got me a Super Nintendo and she's like, and here's the Wheel of Fortune. like, what? And she goes, it's educational. I think we played it 3 times at her insistence. And we all hated it.
You can't drop that adjective. It just turns the kids off. They're like, I'm in school. You say, no, this is just fun.
Yeah, we're just having a good time. And it's like, did you know that this is coding?
We're like, we've got these like puzzles. It's like, let's make this puzzle. We're not learning about the capitals, but you are.
But you are. But you are. And there's so many good ones too. Like some of these games are so very sneaky. Yeah. There's a game called Timeline where you are trying to put historic events in the correct order, and you don't know what date it is, so you're trying to guess it. That is actually one of our first Let's Play videos. We played that one. That can be wild. But if you're looking for other things that you can check out, that's also highlighted in our newsletter. We have a whole thing about sensory kits. So these are in our library of things, which is an amazing collection as well. You can find the whole thing upstairs currently. And there's tons of things from board games, puzzles, there's screw kits. You can check out this microphone, like this one.
It works
specifically, as well as other ones that are exactly like it. And yeah, also a badminton kit. As a ton of other stuff, but they also have sensory kits, so they come in these backpacks. Hello. And so the sensory kits will have different things. So they have a calming sensory kit, so it might have different tools and things to help with anxiety and stress. There's also a Braille sensory kit. I said sensitivity, whatever. There's a Braille kit, which is amazing. And I had also learned within the year, I learned that we have several books in Braille which is so cool.
Yeah.
And a low vision sensory kit. So these all have different things that help and benefit across the way, and there's many, many, many more. I know there's a memory one and a ton of different stuff.
Courtney, I want to mention another aspect of the children's department is our computer section.
That's true.
So in our computer section, your child can come and spend 60 minutes on our computers, and we do have like links to games they can play.
Cool.
Already tailored for you. We had Roblox, the very popular one, if that's what you want to have them play, which is great. And we also have a tiny little touchscreen computer for kids who are preschoolers. They cannot break this computer. Just play, touch, and it's fun. Yeah. A lot of fun learning.
Fun.
So yeah.
And that one's it's super intuitive too. Like that one does not really require much like adult help. The kiddos are able to figure it out and figure out how to play very, very well. Watching my niece on that thing is wild. But you know, it's real fun too. All right, are you ready? Yeah. All right, so now you stay.
I stay.
I leave. See you later.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sí. Hola a todos. Yes. I think we can switch to Spanish.
We're going to switch to Spanish.
Okay. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Ana y trabajo aquí en la Biblioteca Pública de Addison y me toca ser parte del equipo de servicios a adultos.
Hola de nuevo, yo me llamo Selene, bibliotecaria del Departamento de los Niños y aquí estoy con Ana.
Sí, estamos muy contentas de estar aquí y poderles ofrecer este servicio en español también. Nos encantaría compartir cosas y eventos que están pasando en los próximos meses en nuestros departamentos y en general en la biblioteca. Para empezar, Selene, ¿sabías que la Semana Nacional de las Bibliotecas es en abril?
No sabía.
Sí. Es del 6 de abril al 12 de abril este año. Y simplemente significa que es un tiempo para celebrar lo que ofrecen las bibliotecas, lo que son las bibliotecas y para nuevamente como ofrecer esa información de que las bibliotecas son para todos. No importa de dónde vengas, qué idioma hables, nada importa. Las bibliotecas son para todos. Sí, y es un tiempo para celebrar eso.
Exactamente, sí. Y sí platiqué un poquito sobre los servicios y los programas que tenemos aquí para los niños, pero para los que simplemente lo quieren en español, les voy a repetir que tenemos, por ejemplo, Dime un cuento, Dime una story, que es para cuentos bilingües y canciones que vamos a tener para niños los lunes en las tardes y los miércoles en la mañana. También vamos a tener los fines de semana un teatro de alcancía donde vamos a ayudar a los niños a entender cómo pueden ahorrar y gastar su dinero y van a colorear unas cositas. Y vamos a tener una feria de preescolar y prenatal, de preescolar, donde ustedes pueden traer a sus hijos si quieren hacerles una evaluación para ver cómo van con su lectura, sienten apoyo. Va a haber una asociación que ayuda a darles recursos gratuitos para eso, para poder ayudar a los niños con sus lecturas. También vamos a tener algo divertido como cosas para celebrar la primavera, cosas de mariposas. Y por fin vamos a terminar en abril con el Día de los Niños, una celebración grande para que todos vengan.
Sí, qué bonito. Qué interesante que están ofreciendo programas de finanzas para los niños desde una temprana edad.
Sí, es importante.
Sí. Creo que es muy, ¿cómo se dice? Con muchos beneficios.
Sí, porque los niños, todos ellos ya, incluso con los juegos que se están jugando hoy en día como Roblox o Minecraft, siempre están diciendo, oye, tú compra $5 de puntos aquí en este juego, y entonces los niños van y te piden, ¿no? Entonces ellos ya están jugando con el dinero, ya están entendiendo la idea del dinero. Es bueno también darles esas prácticas y consejos de cómo hacerlo de manera más responsable.
Sí. Yo les puedo ofrecer más información sobre los programas que estamos ofreciendo en el departamento de adultos. En la biblioteca de Addison tenemos mucho en prioridad apoyar a las personas que están aprendiendo el idioma de inglés. Tenemos varios programas que ayudan con eso. Uno de los programas es el English Reading Circle, que en español sería el Círculo de Lectura en inglés, y es un espacio donde nos juntamos cada martes de 11 a 12 y leemos el periódico y practicamos nuevas palabras, aprendemos nuevo vocabulario, practicamos la pronunciación y tenemos discusiones sobre lo que leemos. Es un espacio muy bueno para las personas que están aprendiendo inglés. También para acompañar eso, los miércoles de 7 a 8 tenemos un grupo de conversación. So, en vez de lectura, estamos teniendo más conversaciones en inglés, y las personas que nos acompañan en el grupo de conversación son de diferentes niveles. Así que si eres principiante, aún eres bienvenido. Si tu inglés ya es más avanzado, igual eres bienvenido. Y el English Conversation Group, que es el grupo de conversación, es los miércoles de 7 a 8 de la noche.
Muy bien.
Ahora la biblioteca está llevando a cabo una renovación, así que el programa de conversación se está juntando en la the middle school, the junior high, what's the name? Indian Trails. Se me olvidó el nombre de la escuela.
La que está aquí, la podemos ver, ahí
cruzando.
está.
Sí, es la escuela que está justo cruzando la calle. Ahí es donde nos estamos juntando para el grupo de conversación los miércoles de 7 a 8 en el salón 103 y pueden entrar por la puerta 8. También nos encanta la lectura y aprender inglés por medio de la lectura. También ofrecemos un club de lectura que sí, que ese sí se lleva a cabo un mes.
¿Español e inglés?
Solamente inglés. So, es para las personas que quieren aprender inglés, que les encanta la lectura. Y esto sí es un poquito para las personas que están un poquito más avanzados en el inglés. Cómo funciona es, tenemos 4 semanas para terminar un libro. En cuanto tú te registras, te regalo el libro, va a ser tuyo para que te lo quedes. Lo empiezas a leer hasta cierto punto y en la primera junta hablamos sobre lo que leíste y en esa junta empezamos a leer juntos y a discutir el libro.
¡Qué chido!
Sí, y ya conforme van las semanas, sigues leyendo, regresas, hablamos sobre lo que leemos y así hasta que terminamos el libro en 4 semanas.
Muy bien.
Sí, y el próximo club de lectura va a ser en abril. El 3 de abril va a ser la primera fecha, pero para que obtengan el libro antes, se pueden registrar como a mediados de marzo.
Muy bien, me gusta.
Sí. ¿Qué más está pasando en el departamento de niños?
Pues muchas cosas que les comenté ya, pero sí les estaba preguntando, no, ya les comenté, pero más que nada sí tenemos para todo tipo de cosas, para los niños chiquititos, o sea, si su niño tiene de 0 a 3 años, tenemos programas para ellos también. Ellos vienen y le escuchan un cuento, también tenemos, por ejemplo, un evento donde va a venir Morton Arboretum, entonces va a venir donde tienen los árboles, es la asociación de árboles, yo creo, aquí cerca, y van a venir a hablar con los niños sobre la naturaleza y también dar cuentos sobre eso. Y como va a ser el día o el mes de St. Patrick's,
de San Patricio.
San Patricio, exactamente, va a haber muchas actividades y cosas que tienen ese tema, ¿no? Entonces va a haber mucho verde. Por todas partes, mucho verde, ¿no? Pero también tenemos cosas como para aprendizaje de ciencia, tenemos ciencia para los pequeños, tenemos un club de robots. Entonces vienes y los niños aprenden cómo hacer un código y pueden mover sus robots. Entonces eso es bien chido, aprenden sobre robots. Y les había comentado ya los programas para la familia, como el Día de los Niños y la feria preescolar, prenatal a preescolar. Y más que nada también nosotros también vamos a tenernos un club de lectura o de libro, pero es nuestro reto de primavera. En la primavera queremos darles el reto de que lean con sus niños o que ellos lean. Y si logran hacer ese reto, en el mes de abril les damos un premio al final.
Oh, qué divertido. Sí. Es una manera para motivarlos a seguir leyendo. Sí,
correcto.
También nosotros vamos a tener en el departamento de adultos lo que es chair yoga, que es yoga mientras estás sentado. Eso llevará a cabo, como demuestra Selene. Y esto va a llevar a cabo en marzo, el 13 y 27 de marzo, y en abril el 10 y el 24. Si se les pide que se registren, nos pueden llamar o nos pueden visitar aquí en la biblioteca y los podemos registrar para chair yoga, que es yoga en una silla, muy divertida. Y para acompañar eso también ofrecemos meditación. Demuestra cómo meditaría.
¿Cómo yo medito?
Exacto. Me encanta. Si les llama la atención meditar y aprender un poquito más sobre eso, sí se lleva a cabo en inglés el programa, pero si hablan español son más que bienvenidos. Es algo que pueden seguir.
No, y bueno, para relajarse, ¿no?
Sí, para relajarse en otro idioma. Sí. Y la meditación va a llevar a cabo el 6 de marzo el 25 de marzo, abril 8 y 22. Y como les digo, si están interesados pueden llamarnos y los registramos o pueden venir a visitarnos al segundo piso y los podemos registrar para esos programas. También me encantaría compartirles un poquito más de información sobre un programa que estamos llevando a cabo que se llama Caminos hacia el Éxito, que en inglés es Pathways to Success. Entonces, este programa me emociona mucho, Selene.
¿Por qué?
Porque yo y mi compañero Matt recibimos una beca por medio de otras bibliotecas para crear un programa así. Este programa es específicamente para las personas que tal vez tienen un título universitario en su país de origen y están trabajando algo aquí que tal vez no combine con su título en su país.
Qué curioso. Entonces, por ejemplo, yo tengo mi maestría en educación ambiental de Guadalajara. Si yo tuviera problemas sabiendo cómo transferir eso para que se pueda entonces utilizar aquí, puedo venir a un programa como este para que me enseñen como los pasos, lo que puedo hacer.
Déjame te explico lo que es el programa, pero sí podríamos ayudar. O sea que el programa va a ser de 6 semanas. Las primeras 4 semanas va a ser una clase de pronunciación con una maestra anterior del colegio de DuPage.
Vale.
O sea que las primeras 4 semanas nos vamos a enfocar en el inglés y la pronunciación del idioma.
Muy bien.
Las últimas 2 semanas va a ser unos talleres con Matt, que es el bibliotecario de negocios de la biblioteca de Addison, y él va a dar talleres sobre cómo escribir tu currículum, tips para tus entrevistas y cómo escribir una carta de empleo cuando estás buscando empleo. Entonces, por ejemplo, alguien como tú que estás buscando recursos, te podríamos ofrecer también esos recursos y conectarte con organizaciones que te podrían ayudar para eso. Así que ese programa nos emociona muchísimo.
Sí.
Los espacios sí son limitados.
Claro.
Aún tenemos espacios disponibles, así que si usted o alguien que conoce de otro país tiene un título, o tal vez no tienen un título universitario, pero llevan mucho tiempo en su trabajo y quieren avanzar en sus carreras, este programa también les puede beneficiar.
Te voy a decir algo, Ana. Cuesta mucho sacar un título.
Sí.
Una licenciatura, o sea, un año, después de que uno salga, un año para sacar ese título.
Sí.
Sería una pena que la gente no pueda seguir practicando. Entonces,
Claro
qué
que
chido que tienen ese programa.
Sí.
De verdad.
Y este programa va a empezar el 5 de marzo, así que ya pronto empezará, pero aún tenemos espacios y aún tenemos tiempo para entrevistarlos, porque sí pedimos hacer una pequeña entrevista para ver si califican para este programa. Pero como les comparto, si ustedes o alguien que conozcan saben de alguien que beneficiaría de este programa, los invitamos, por favor, nos pueden llamar, nos pueden visitar si tienen cualquier otra pregunta, pero como te comparto, también puede ser para personas que tal vez llevan 5 años, 10 años en un trabajo y quieren avanzar, quieren tal vez ser encargados de un departamento o algo así, pero su inglés aún les falta.
Es como ese avance profesional que se necesita, ¿no? Acompañado con gente que te puede guiar, ¿no? Pues
y muchas veces es el idioma que te detiene, así que este es un programa excelente para poder practicar tu pronunciación en inglés y ayudarte con esos recursos de crear tu currículum por si estás buscando un nuevo trabajo. Y Matt es excelente.
Mateo.
Sí.
Nuestro Mateo es excelente.
Sí, y yo estaré allí para la clase de pronunciación, como les digo, la va a ofrecer una maestra anterior del colegio de DuPage, pero yo voy a estar ahí para asistirlos.
Perfecto.
Sí, no sé, ¿qué más tienes para compartir?
Solamente que nosotros vamos a empezar una serie que se llama Charlas, Libros y Café. Y vamos a hacerlo una vez por mes en vivo. El primero va a ser abril 15 a la 1:30 y el segundo mayo 6, misma hora. Y vamos a hablar de los libros. Los libros, vamos a mostrar unos libros para ustedes y compartirlos y hablar y charlar como amigas.
Y tomarnos un cafecito.
Claro, cafecito.
Chismear sobre libros.
Y
a mí me encanta leer y me encanta tomar cafecito.
Prepárense.
Prepárense. Sí. Esperemos que les guste ese programa que vamos a ofrecer aquí por medio de Twitch.
Sí.
Así que por favor acompáñenos.
Sí.
Y creo que eso es todo lo que tengo que compartir esta vez.
Yes. Thank you for listening. So now everybody got to listen. Okay, so I think you're coming in and I'm coming in.
Am I staying? Am I rotating?
You're staying.
Oh,
If you can take off.
Yes. Bye, guys. Thank
let me introduce myself in English. Hello, everyone. My name is Anna, and I work here at the Addison Public Library, and I'm part of the Adult Services team.
And my name is Courtney, but you knew that. So, thank you so much for coming.
Yes, you're welcome.
That was so much fun. And if you didn't catch that very little bit at the very end, you and Selena are going to be doing a Twitch stream in Spanish, talking about book. I love the chisme about libros. And like, I'm gonna be helping a couple, like just moderating for the first. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so much fun.
With our little coffee, just talking about books in Spanish. It's gonna be great.
You two already have such a great vibe.
Oh.
Like, it's gonna be so awesome. Let's just go for it.
So excited.
I also find that if you are trying to learn Spanish, listening to things where people are talking about things in Spanish is a great way to like test your skills.
Oh, 100%.
And
I work with the English learners in our community, and that's like one of the biggest things that I share with them. It's like, listen to music in English, listen to podcasts in English, read in English. So if you're trying to learn Spanish, join us in our Spanish Twitch just to get that exposure for sure.
It's so good. All right, so will you tell us about adult programming?
Yes. So, I have to look at my little cheat sheet here. But we have so many programs. Yes. We have so many amazing programs happening in adult services. Our movement and meditation programs are so popular, as they should be because they're amazing. But we have chair yoga happening. And that's going to be March 13th, 27th, and in April 10th and 24th.
Nice.
Meditation will also be happening in March and April. It's going to be March 6th, March 25th, and then April 8th and 22nd.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
they're
stuff.
really great. We see these groups come in like all the time. It is very well attended, and everyone is so very nice. So if you're feeling kind of like self-conscious, I really urge you to just like go a little bit out of your comfort zone. It's okay. Everyone there like gets it, and nobody is judging you. Nothing like that. It is just a nice, welcoming, very calm and like comfortable space to be in, and everyone loves it really. So.
Yeah. We also, one of our other big things coming up is we're going to offer like legal and immigration resources. Yes, we're going to have immigration help and appointments Friday, April 25th, and it's going to be on a, drop-in, no appointment required for that. And then, but we're going to have a separate one where appointments will be required.
Okay.
So if you're interested in that or know somebody that might be interested in that, they can always give us a call or visit the library, and we can kind of guide them to see what works best for them.
Grand.
Yeah. And I don't know if Yesenia has been able to jump on a Twitch session, but I would love to highlight Yesenia and just share a little bit about Yesenia.
Yeah.
She is our social services coordinator, our social worker here at the library, and she is able to connect anybody that might need help in the community, connect them to resources. It could be housing, it could be, if there's, I'm blanking, but like housing, also if like you need help paying a ticket, she's really good at those kinds of things.
True.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yes. She's amazing. If there's any sort of like thing that you might need help with, coming in to visit the library would be really beneficial because Yesenia's here. And if she can help you, she knows a lot of resources that she can direct you to get that help.
Yeah, we are very grateful to have Yesenia, both as like a position and also as a person.
Yes.
And she just does great work.
Yes.
Yeah, we are very happy to have a social worker on staff. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of different ways that you can get in contact with her, from coming in person and asking if, like, to make an appointment, to calling, to emailing. There's also a form online, tons of different ways. So whatever way works best for you.
Definitely.
And then I see that you have the same thing circled that I do. So go for it.
Yes. So in our creative studio, we have Sarah working there, and they are amazing at creating like these grab and go kits for you to create at home. In March, to celebrate Women's International Month, we have a Women's Day cross stitch kit, and that is available for pickup starting March 7th. And then we also will have paint-dipped wood flowers, which sound really cool.
Those are fun.
Yes, and that pickup starts April 11th. And then we have a DIY portrait painting, and that pickup starts April 25th.
So these are very first come, first serve. There's a set number of them that are made, and once they're gone, they're gone. But they're always really cool. And they usually like feel so like professionally put together.
Yes.
Because they technically are professionally put together. We're paid for this.
Yes. So. And we're very professional. 100%.
That's right. There's also a maker challenge from April 1st. So during April. So this is for anyone who is in middle school or older. And so if you complete 4 maker activities during the month of April, you get to earn a master maker certificate. Ooh. And there's a prize. So you can there's a log that you'll be able to pick up starting April 1st. It'll be on the 2nd floor, and it'll have different things like watch a creative bug tutorial, which is a creative resource that you can get online through the library. You can submit a 3D print file or a poster print file, or using different things throughout the building or throughout the creative studio and the sound studio and whatnot. There's a ton of them. So get your creative juices flowing. Give this a little bit of a try. It's like a great way for you to just kind of like motivate yourself to like dabble.
Yes.
And experiment. And maybe you'll find like, why I loved that.
Yes.
So
I came across something that said interesting, and I was like, let me get into like my creative part of my personality. So that's a really good challenge.
Indeed it is.
Yeah. So I also want to share about our technology classes and adult services. Technology Made Simple. In March, we are going to have mouse and keyboard basics.
That's nice.
So that's a very nice introductory class. It's going to be Wednesday, March 26th, from 6:30 to 7:30. And then in April 2nd, which is a Wednesday evening, we're going to have cybersecurity basics.
Ooh.
Yes. So if either of those interest you, please let us know. We can register you. And if you need some sort of technology help and you are looking for more of a one-on-one appointment, those are also available. And you can always call us or visit the library website, and one of our librarians will get in touch with you to schedule a one-on-one appointment.
It's all good. No complaints.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. All right, well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, appreciated you coming in. And we'll see more of her around too. All right, so out with one. And then Matt is making his way around. And then we are on the final home stretch. Thanks for coming. Of course. All right, so.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. That was awesome to hear everything that Selena and Anna were talking about.
It's going to be so good.
I just loved every bit of that.
Was it not so fun?
It was. And you're right on their chemistry. I'm excited to watch their Twitch streams.
They're gonna be so good. Like, that might be one where, like, I might just be doing something at home and just watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just be like, it sounds so good. And they're so excited, and I want to know about the Cheese Made book.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
So we have business and career programming to talk about, and teen programming to talk about.
Yes.
So do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I think that business is a good, switchover.
Like a switchover. Cool. That I'm going to need to steal this from you.
I also, I put the page on the correct page.
Yeah.
That was also reason number next.
So we are doing a lot of jobs and career and business programming in March and April. Mm-hmm. But the one thing there's a couple that I really want to hit on, because these are the questions that I get asked the most. So I thought we can do a program about it.
That's usually a good indicator.
Yeah. So on Thursday, March 13th, from 7 to 8:30, we're going to be having a class on perfecting your elevator pitch and becoming a networking star. So for those who don't know, 85% of jobs are found through networking, so knowing someone. So that's why networking is so important in today's job market, that I thought we should cover it. And then the next one that I always get asked about is LinkedIn profiles. I mean, I have a LinkedIn profile. I just repost a lot of stuff on it. I'm not the best at it,
Yeah.
but I know who is, and his name is Bruce Bennett. So we are going to have him teach a class on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile.
Awesome.
And the best part is we've been talking about renovations and everything. For jobs and careers and small business programming, we are all virtual. So you can join us from anywhere. We're going to be on Zoom.
Yep.
You can... I always say I need at least one person to show up live for me to hit the record button. So feel free to register, and then you can play the gamble of one person showing up, and then I'll send everyone the recording the following day.
There you go.
Or you could be that one person that comes in to have me hit record. So
be the team player.
Be the team player.
It also, genuinely, it really helps having somebody, even if it's like, clearly I can't see you. Mm-hmm. It feels like I'm talking to you.
It feels like I'm talking to someone.
And like right now, I know that people are watching. Hello.
Yes.
And like, it feels like we're talking to you. Mm-hmm. And like, it's now a conversation. And it's a lot more fun for us too.
Yeah.
So yeah, come in and join in things. And you get to learn some stuff. And if you're present, you get to ask those questions that you might have too.
Yes. Rather than like waiting until afterwards or something. Ask us live. We love answering those questions.
That said, if you simply can't make it, no worries.
No worries.
As you said, the recording is available. And we also, if we are able to, with the permission of any presenters that we might be using with, we will have things on our YouTube later as well. Like this video is going to be on our YouTube. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Hi.
So I'm going to kind of pivot back and forth between my subject matters.
Go for it.
Because I want to transition into the Twitch streams that you're going to be talking about. So I'm going to be talking about my Twitch stream program at last.
My Twitch streams.
But on the small business side, we have a great database here at the library that not many people know about and how to use, and it's called Gale Business Plan Builder. So what we are doing on Thursday, March 27th from 12 to 1, so we're doing a lunch and learn. We are having Gale, which is our provider of the said database, come and talk about how to use the business plan builder. And that is the first step that anyone who is an entrepreneur and they want to get their business started, that's the first step you need to do, is to build your business plan. It's going to help you get funding. It's going to help you make sure you're in the right scope of your business. So many positives with that.
Yeah.
So they're going to teach us how to use that plan builder, which I've used it to kind of like test and demo, and it's very step by step. And at the end, you come out with a gorgeous business plan.
Nice.
So I highly recommend using it. I'm partnering up with the Wheaton Public Library on that one, so we're going to be doing that together. And on the same note of library partnerships, I love partnering with libraries. So I'm partnering with 29 other libraries in April to do personal finance programming. Yes. So it's a part of our business interest group, which is a bunch of business librarians in our area. So even if you are not in Addison, you're more than welcome to register through us, but check your home library to see if they have these programs too, because a lot of us are collaborating on this. But we have 3 different programs in terms of personal finance in the month of April. And we are also hosting viewing parties here at the library on those days as well. So the first one is going to be planning for a retirement on April 3rd. And then the following Monday, we're going to be talking about navigating student loans and understanding your options. And in today's day and age, with things changing so much, especially around student loans, this one is definitely going to be one that you are going to want to attend. And then lastly, and towards the end of April, on Wednesday, April 23rd, we're going to have Terry Savage Talks Money. And for those of you who know who Terry Savage is, she's on WGN Radio. She is like the voice of personal finance in Chicago.
Cool.
And she doesn't work for any corporation or doesn't have her own firm or anything. So she really provides that unbiased opinion on how the financial markets are going and everything like that. And this presentation, so this is the second time that she's doing this presentation with this group. She talks for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then for the rest of the hour and a half, she just takes questions. So that is the perfect time to get your questions answered. If you have specific questions about your finances, she will answer them as best she can. She can't go into everybody's nitty and gritty finance stuff, but the fact that she is doing it the bulk of the time is just taking questions is amazing.
Yeah, and it's sort of like a customized program.
Yeah, like a customized
So
program
cool.
to you. So highly recommend, if you're coming for the viewing party, I'm going to be at all 3 of them. So I will be your voice if you need someone in the chat to ask those questions. But you are more than welcome to attend from home and everything like that. And then I have 2 more programs to talk about, and one Anna had talked about in Spanish, so I'm going to talk about it in English.
I am so excited about this program.
And it is called the Pathways to Success program.
Mm-hmm.
So what Anna was talking about, Anna and I have been working on this project for over a year now, because it's through the Howard County Public Library System in Maryland, on the East Coast. I forget if they're Maryland or like New York or something. I forget that. Or Pennsylvania.
Right.
Sorry, Howard County. But
We love you.
we love you. But a part of that is we received this stipend for this program. And we went through training with them, and they're amazing people. They taught us so much on how to run this program. Because prior to this, Anna and I, we both had our own separate kind of like program areas.
Yeah.
We rarely connected them. So this is our chance to connect them. And it's going to be for 6 weeks, 4 weeks in March, and then 2 weeks in April.
Okay.
The first 4 weeks in March are going to be English pronunciation classes. And then the last 2 weeks in April are going to be by me. And we're going to be going over writing your resume, interview skills, job search strategies, learning how to work in the United States workforce kind of thing. Because this program series is geared towards individuals who may have received an advanced degree in their country of origin, but when they came to the United States, their career isn't necessarily matching what they did. So,
Right.
like if you're like an English professor, or if you're just like a just general professor even, but you're working in a factory in the United States, there's some mismatch in from your degree to your career here.
It's also pretty demoralizing.
Yeah, so our goal,
I would hate that personally.
Yeah, so our goal is to kind of get rid of that.
Yeah.
And help you get to that professor status. And whether that be, it just might be a simple where we provide you resources to getting your transcript converted to the United States, so that you can see where you're at. Because especially in a lot of fields like education, medicine, and those kind of sectors, a lot of times you may have that degree from your country of origin, but then when you come to the United States, we have totally different standards. So you may not be at what you thought you were going to be at in the U.S. equivalent. So that's why we always recommend that being a good starting point, and then you can figure out where you're at, because then they can be whether you need to do more schooling, or sometimes you can even just jump right in, depending on where you're going. So this program, we're really excited about it, and our English pronunciation classes are going to be taught by a COD professor, and as I mentioned, the career stuff is going to be presented by me.
Yay!
So you get to see me a lot. And that's going to be at the junior high, which is across the street from the library. So every Wednesday night from 6 to 7:30. And then Anna has her conversation group from 7 to 8. So if you really want to enhance your English skills, you can jump right next door. It's the classroom right next door to us is going to be the conversation group. So once
so
our
cool.
program is over, you can just go right to the classroom next door and join the conversation group with Anna.
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it
Yeah,
so
we're
much.
excited about this program. I keep telling people who ask me about it, we are nervously excited about it.
It's always a thing when you're trying to do something very big.
Yeah.
And it can go
And
a
a
million
year in the
different
works
ways.
is how this is happening.
It's
so,
a lot.
Yeah.
We're like tentatively thrilled.
Yes, exactly. And then
Just thrilled at the potential.
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly. And then the last program I wanted to touch on, because if you have been joining our Twitch streams frequently, which thank you if you have, you've kind of been noticing that I kind of go a little rogue a little bit sometimes, and I do my own. So I've kind of been doing a back to basics program series where I covered resumes, one newsletter cycle, I did cover letters the next. What's the next step is your job interview. So I'm going to be talking about interviews and going over the basics of interviewing and all of that. That is going to be very soon. It's going to be Friday, March 7th. It's going to be virtual on Zoom, but we're also going to be streaming it to Twitch, so you can join us for that one. We're going to go over the different types of interviews, what to expect, how to prepare, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're tired of hearing me talk, so I'm going to throw it over to Courtney.
Gimme.
Courtney can talk about
Thank you.
her programming coming up.
Before I jump into that, I want to tell you about Illinois Libraries Presents. So this is for everyone, and you'll find it like right at the back of our newsletter. So these are in collaboration with a ton of other libraries. They are all like Zoom events, but depending on, yes, that's it. Oh, so we might have like, but you can register. We'll give you the link. There we go. That's what I was trying to get out of my brain. So for the upcoming couple of months, we have Exploring Space with Coralie Adam. So she is joined with, so she'll be talking about like the space industry with, and all those sorts of things, which I am excited for that. So that one is Tuesday, March 4th at 7 p.m. You'll have the Zoom link for that. There's also a documentary screening of 9 to 5, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm so pumped for that one.
So, and this is the story of a movement, which is really cool. So it is an award-winning documentary from the comfort of your own home. So this documentary highlights the creation of the 9 to 5 movement, established to fight for the workplace equity and against wage discrepancy, and was the basis for the feature film 9 to 5, starring Jane Fonda, Dolly Parton, and Lily Tomlin, which is great. And so that one is Friday, March 21st at 1 p.m. And you can, that one actually has like a time frame when you can watch it. So you can get the link and you can watch it from Friday, March 21st all the way to March 23rd. So that's a Sunday. So you have several days to watch that, like the weekend.
You can make it a Saturday night movie or even a Friday night movie.
Yeah. And then the one that I'm really excited about, because I follow her on TikTok and on Instagram and all the socials. So this is The Art of Foraging with Alexis Nicole Nelson. So she is just so loud and bold, and I love her. But she
has
talks
a great personality.
She has a wonderful personality. So she is a forager and an outdoor educator. I just said outdoor 3 times. And she uses all her platforms.
So is it indoor or outdoor?
It's outdoor.
No, okay.
So, well, maybe you can watch this outdoors, but you can also watch it indoors.
Watch it indoors.
But she talks about like all the different edible plants that are just everywhere, and what is safe, and how to like peel back the historical layers of everything, as well as different food traditions. So that one's, it just promises to be so very cool. So that one is Thursday, April 10th at 7 o'clock. I will be watching all of them. So on to teen programs. So a couple of them that I wanted to highlight is April is our poetry month. So you can stop into the teen department upstairs, and we will have a poetry kit for you. It'll be like this bag. And there'll be stuff inside. And honestly, it's really kind of cool. We kind of splurged a little bit on this one. We have a magnetic poetry that's included with this one, as well as a few other little things to like get you on your poetry journey. And then at the very end of the month, we're going to do a teen open mic. So it'll be April 24th, which is a Thursday at 6 o'clock. You can come. There will be some snacks, and you can like read some of your poems, or just sit there and enjoy.
I've seen these open mics. They're so cool.
They're really cool.
The teens in our community are so talented,
really
and it's awesome that they can just come and just express it. It's great.
We got a special group of kiddos. Well, we got a lot of them, but it's so cool what they come up with. And we've had kids who just like tell jokes, or tell short stories, or just, like stand up there and like speak from the soul. And it's an amazing time. So come enjoy that. If you are also a teenager, and by our standards, a teenager is 6th grade through high school. So middle school, high school, even though you're like, I'm only 11, doesn't count. Come on. You're one of mine. So we have a Taste the World program that's on some Tuesdays, where we get like different snacks from different countries and kind of sample them and see what they're like. But on March 4th, which is next Tuesday? Anyway, so we are having Taste the World. Chef Tony presents Spices 101. So we have Chef Tony, who has been here before at the library, and we love Chef Tony. So he is going to talk about like his own spice business and how he creates his original seasonings and his different blends, and is going to talk about spices from across the globe. And most likely you'll be tasting things.
Yeah.
So those things are coming up that look very fun. We're excited about those. There's also, D&D and T, which is Dungeons and Dragons and Teens, and we have snacks every single day after school, and it's just a very bustly place for teenagers. So come and do that. If you are older, or even if you're a teen, we also have different events for like young adults. So this is kind of like college age, but really it's open across the board anyway. But things like bullet journaling and cozy creatives, these are just two like Monday night programs that are just real comfortable to kind of go into and just kind of be a little bit creative, a little bit comfortable, a little bit like learn a new skill perhaps. So bullet journaling is going to be Monday, March 17th. And Cozy Creatives will be Monday, April 14th. Both of those are at 7 o'clock. So I'll be there. Jody will be there. And we have a great time. Yeah. I end up like putting a lot of stickers on a paper. And I love it so much. Okay, so
we gotta talk about our Twitch streams coming up.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about our Twitch streams coming up.
Because that's why you're here, right?
That's right. So you will find our Twitch is highlighted in several different places in our newsletter. And look, there's me, and then there's Rachel, and then there's Ale. That was one of our book buffet ones from several weeks ago where we were talking about books that were turned into movies, and that was really fun. So some things that are coming up, here's our lineup, is on Thursdays. We will, at 10:30, we have our book buffets. That is our book talk program. We chat about a bunch of different books based off of a different theme. You're going to see some new faces in that one pretty soon. Betsy's going to be joining me. We're going to be talking about children's books a little bit in that one, or like some crossover ones. Apparently I've already signed up myself to do like graphic novels on the 27th. So like we select a theme and then we go with it from there. Each week's a bit of a surprise, mostly because I decide on it that day.
So I will say, if you have a theme that you want to see, we're more than happy to do that. So let us know in the comments or on the YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, let us know in those comments. Like, we read all of those. So like, just let us know and we're more than happy to develop a program around it.
And if you're like, I really want books about this is the time.
Yeah.
Like, we can find a bunch for you on a particular theme.
Yeah.
So we just did cookbooks. That one was really cool. We've done a ton of them. We did audiobooks. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
We did a lot of audiobook
1.2
ones.
speed. Well, I am a firm believer. 1.2 speed.
That is currently what I'm on. So we talk about a lot of different books, and all of those are uploaded to our YouTube. So we have that. We also have a couple of Let's Plays ones. Twitch is originally a video gaming streaming platform. So every so often once a month, we do a video game one. We select a game that you can get at our library. So our next ones coming up are March 11th. That one is going to be at 11:30. And that one is Let's Play Something Relevant. You'll find out what that is when we play.
I wonder.
We've
been talking about it a lot today, so I wonder.
What is particularly relevant
right now
to the library right now. And then April 1st will be us. And that one's going to be at 4:30, and we are going to play Let's Play Something Mischievous. And I'm very excited about that. So we're going to have a really good time. Once again, we have your interview basics. That one is March 7th at 10. And then next month, aka next week, we are, so every March in the teen department, we build a massive bracket, much like March Madness, except it's Media Madness. So we put head-to-head books, video games, movies, and music, all that came out within the past year, and we vote and decide unequivocally which is the best. So we are going to expand that this year to not only in-person voting in the library, which is admittedly very easily manipulated because it's just stickers on a paper. But honestly, it's fun, so who cares? So we are going to expand that to our socials as well as Twitch. So I'm going to sneak peek it a little bit. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's going to be fun. So we're going to have special Media Madness streams during the month of March. So they will be every Tuesday at 5:30. So it'll be later in the day. Rachel and I will be on all those streams. We might have some guests that come in and join us. So March 4th, every week we're going to be doing the next round of voting. So we'll talk about, on March 4th is the first one. That is our round of 32. We're going to talk about all of the different items that are on the bracket, possibly why. We'll talk about each one, and then we'll discuss maybe about our predictions per se.
Okay.
And then the next week on March 11th is Sweet 16. We will reveal the winners of each matchup and then the new matchups. And then we're going to have to discuss all over again who's going to go.
Who we thought, yeah.
Who do we think? Who's in spot one and who's not? I have no idea how sports works. Anyway. I'm trying so hard. So then March 18th, the next week, is our Elite 8. We do it all over again. And then to Final Four is March 25th. But we're running out of weeks, aren't we? So March 25th is going to be our last Media Madness specific stream. And we're going to be talking about the Final Four only. Then on the 27th, so it's a short turnaround time. So on the 27th, that is our book buffet, and we will announce our championship matchup. So the winners of the Final Four, so the final two, the championship matchup. And we will announce that, talk about that, and then we're going to jump into book buffet with that one. And then finally, the announcement of the winner will be announced during our April 1st Let's Play stream.
So I get to be a part of the winner's announcement.
Yes, you absolutely do. Now, the different platforms in person, it'll be announced in person in the library, like that Friday, like April 28th, because it's very focused on, like, that's where, like, the teens are engaging, and they go on spring break.
Yeah,
so they'll be gone.
That's true.
So
that's true.
We want
we should announce it the week after for them in person. Unless they watch us on Twitch.
Yeah,
and then they'll know.
That's true. So they'll learn about it a little bit earlier. So if you want a sneak peek, you can come into the library and get a little bit in there. But also, you can totally cheat, because we'll do voting on Twitch. We'll do voting on Instagram and everything else, and we'll also do voting in person. So if you're like really like this. Must
make sure it
win.
Wins.
Make sure it wins.
Make sure. Vote all three places.
That's right. Go for it.
Vote early and vote often.
Vote
the
early
Chicago
and vote
way.
Often, and talk about it. Make sure everyone gets in their votes. It's going to be grand.
Yeah.
We're really excited. So make sure you tune in. Follow us on all of our socials. Participate. It'll be good.
Awesome.
And I mean, then we might have to do something with that thing, depending on what it is. I don't know. If it's a video game, maybe I have to play it.
Then maybe it's our next Twitch stream.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or
if it's music, maybe we have a listening party or something. Yeah, we'll find out.
The
voter decides.
The voter decides, and then from there, we decide.
We decide what happens.
We might decide nothing happens, but we might decide something happens. That's how this works. All right, so all of those things are coming up. They're very fun, and we're very excited.
Yeah.
Do remember, starting in April 6th, come in and get your stickers.
Yeah, get your sticker packet, or if you want to design your bookmark, that starts on March 10th.
Those are the big ones.
So, and if you have any questions, you know how to reach us. Please do. We love answering questions. It's one of the favorite parts of our jobs. Is answering questions that you all have and getting to know kind of what interests you. So even if you want to just come and talk about a book that you saw on one of our channels or something, we love that. So please do.
It's the best. So share your ideas and
come and pick up a newsletter if you haven't.
Yes.
We have them at all our service desks. or I threw the direct link in the chat where you
it's
can
all the
see
way
our
up there.
PDF. Yeah, you gotta go back to the very beginning. So
There's been some chatting.
there's been some chat. So, but yeah, we appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the next time that we will see you on here is the first Media Madness stream. So that'll be, again, that's Tuesday on 5:30. March 4th, 5:30. We'll see you then. Ready to go?
Ready.
I think we're
Bye.
good. See you next time. Bye.